if you ask me like what my long-term goal is, probably be to get the UFC somehow or some way or eventually.
This is Gardy with Crew Life Media, Crew Life Combat. We have a guest in studio. He has a big event coming up this weekend. We're going to let him share about it, get him introduced, and find out all about it. What's up, man?
So, how you doing?
I'm good, good. Someone hasn't met you before. What's your name? And then what you got going on this weekend?
Hayden Briers. I will be fighting in the bantamweight division for Fury against Anthony Valenzuela. I was told Alex.
Alex?
It was a on switch, so I get named.
Yeah, and what's that like whenever you do have an opponent switch? It's part of the game, and some of those things happen, injuries, things come up. How does that affect you?
Yeah, so the guy I was originally supposed to fight, it's kind of, I mean, like you said, an unfair thing because I had to actually push our fight back. I was supposed to fight in Louisiana for it, but I tweaked my back, so I couldn't really train. So he ended up pulling out, I think, like a week ago, probably for an injury or something. And we was doing a lot of grappling, and this guy that I'm fighting, the grappler, and he'll sound the capping. He'll sound you though, so it's like, we're prepared everywhere. So
Yeah,
not too big to switch.
Right. I was watching that Louisiana card. I think you were there, and UFC was the next day. But I remember because I always, when I see you on a fight card, I'm like, oh, how's it gonna go? How's it gonna go? And I was like, wait, Hayden didn't fight. And then I saw the new poster come out that you had that move.
I've been really bad about my social media, like posting it. Like I think you posted about the podcast yesterday, and that people were like, oh, you're fighting. I just haven't been big on it. I've been trying to stay off my phone a lot.
Yeah, well, that's good too. Focus on what is important right now. Because I went to your Instagram to look for the fight poster, but I ended up finding it on Facebook because it's not on. That's probably why they didn't know.
Yeah, because they gave you the new poster. It was like, man, like I don't know. I just didn't post it. It's funny that Murray. I'm not the main event, so I already sold my ticket.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your record right now, and how you see this fight going?
2-0.
2-0 as a pro.
Yeah, 2-0 as a pro.
Because you had a great amateur career too.
Yes, I think I had like 10 amateur fights, like including a Muay Thai fight. I had like 10 amateur fights. So that went. I mean, it went well. I think I got a lot of experience as an amateur. That was good for me because I didn't wrestle in high school or nothing like that. So I think, our goal was to get a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Yeah. One thing I did want to bring up and touch on lightly is Melee. You fought for Melee before, and Melee reached out to us about doing some of their broadcast stuff. But one thing that you had mentioned with Melee is all the eyes, because they do something a little bit different and they use Twitch. They work with these streamers. So there may be 1 million people, tuned into this fight, and they're not necessarily fight fans.
Yeah. It's completely different platform. It's like it's a difference to people watching you that probably don't watch fighting at all. So it's cool to like have those people. I think I gained like 200 followers after my first Melee fight or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. You had to go up 200 followers in a day.
Yeah.
And then specifically after a fight.
Yeah,
that's not
amateur fight. It's like the UFC. You get a knockout, you probably expect to gain followers, but after amateur fight, I mean that was cool to see.
Yeah, so I'm excited to be working with them. Yeah, we created a Twitch. Don't know anything about it. Haven't streamed anything to it, but yeah, that's exciting. I think we did try and stream something to it one time. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and I mentioned this before we started, but I think you may be the person that I've had the chance to talk to the most, throughout your at different stages of your career.
Yeah.
We've done quite a few interviews together.
Yeah. I told you earlier when I first came out, this is the best I've ever felt. I have caffeine in me. I'm doing my weight cut, so it's like I'm like low on carbs and everything, but like I said, the caffeine hits you a little harder whenever you're low carb for some reason.
Yeah. There was one video that I was trying to share from Crew Life Combat's Instagram, like to our story, but it was probably like 3 years old, and I don't know if there's like a glitch, but it wouldn't let me share it to the story. But it was one of the interviews. I think it was over in Dickinson at the boxing gym, like one of the interviews. I can't remember who you were fighting.
I think I was fighting that Luis Rodriguez or something.
Yeah.
I think I know what video you're talking about.
Yeah. I was trying to share that, and I was like, and also I've started doing this thing where I'll go like, hey, flashback to like 2024, 2023, 2022 and repost these things. And so it's fun because I'll do that and I'm like, oh, the BTS, with you like in different places. So it's been cool.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. Yeah, I don't know. I've been doing this a long time too. Like 25 now. I feel like I still feel like a kid, but our first interview was probably what 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, it was before Clear Life was even a thing. Like, there was no Clear Life.
It's crazy what y'all, but like the full studio equipment, like it's cool to see.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's a journey, but also to see like these careers with these people like yourself, amateur titles, and then come up and now you're undefeated as a pro, and looking to keep that going. Has this been progressing as fast as you had thought, or is this like the plan?
Man, there's really not a plan. It's just kind of going with the flow. You know what I mean? Like, if you ask me like what my long-term goal is, probably be to get in the UFC somehow or some way or eventually. Right now my current goal is fight 4 times before November, because November of last year is when I made my pro debut. So I'd like to fight 4 times. And so this will be 3. I'm supposed to leave me for a trip in October. So that might mess up my 4 times for November, but I think life's more about, experiencing that stuff than fighting somebody for a couple of bucks. So hopefully go 4-0 before November, and then I'll kind of be on track of what I want to do. And then you get a couple more in, and you're looking at like contender series and stuff like that. As long as you
Yeah, where you going in October? Family trip?
Yeah, I think it's Italy.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we found out like last week or something like that, so it's cool. I've been trying to be like, like I said, this is more important than fighting.
For sure, yeah. Whenever you do go on a trip like that, do you try and get some training in, or that's like once in a lifetime places maybe?
I always work out, eat clean. I just, I like feeling in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing will change. I'll train. I won't be doing like MMA training.
Okay.
I'll always work out.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is like, what's the MMA look like in Rome? You could go do some sparring at the Coliseum or something.
Brother, you might reason love a drill, but nothing crazy. More like running.
Yeah.
Weights, especially after the weight cut. I'll lose some weight.
Yeah.
Big, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know you talked about, hey, I got to get back on my social media. You could probably do some really cool content, even if there was opportunities for training some different stuff over there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm real bad about that as of recent, but I feel like the more I stay off my phone, I just feel better.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help you with trying to get followers or go to the UFC and stuff.
Yeah. I also feel like the UFC, they do probably look at some of those things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how much potential or pull does this person have? Maybe someone with more of a fan favorite or following might get the edge. Again, I don't know.
I think so, because you get 2 7-0 guys, but one of them has 30,000 followers and the other one has 2,000. You're probably gonna pick the 30,000 kid, even if he's not as good as the other guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because you're bringing eyes to their promotion to make them money. So I think that's. It's not important, but like if you're knocking people out, you're gonna get your chance either way. But I do think it makes it easier for you to get your chance.
Yeah. I also saw, I guess it was just announced that the UFC signed a deal with Paramount for $1.1 billion over the next 7 years, and I think that's the rights to stream the content in the United States content or whatever. But there's going to be no more pay-per-view. I don't know if it'll be subscription through like Paramount Plus only, and then some of the events will be streamed on CBS as well. But I think, in my opinion, the fact that there's not going to be any more like $80 pay-per-views or whatever the cost is going to be able to grow the sport even more.
Ivan actually said that to me this morning. I had no idea about it, but I saw something last night, but I didn't. They sold like a lot of fake sets too, so you just scroll. And then but yeah, he sent me it this morning, and I don't know how that's gonna work. The only thing I have Paramount, but I just watched that show Dexter on it.
Okay.
And then I'm actually rewatching it right now.
I think Yellowstone was on there too, because I was like, I think we have Paramount, or like maybe they even moved Friends there because it used to be on Netflix. But there's so many subscriptions now. I know my wife, I'm like, do we have it? She's like, yeah, we have that. Are we definitely like, why are we paying for this? What are we watching on that?
But that is, yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing because I have ESPN Plus, but like whenever you get ESPN Plus, it comes with like Disney Plus, Hulu, and all those like those three things. And so I'm like, oh sweet, we have ESPN Plus, so I can go watch the UFC fight nights or whatever, through that. So
But yeah, I don't know how the pay per views are. 'Cause, I mean, nowadays you can just look it up online.
right,
You get it for free anyway. So I'm sure they're gonna figure out something to make money.
right. I mean, you have to. Well, those like Paramount or whatever, they're gonna have to be able to sell ads, to make it work. But yeah, the other thing, and I don't know if we would see this, but I guess the UFC was saying that pay per views are trending down, like because you can watch it so many other places.
People are saying all you need to do is Google a link and it'll come up. It's
Yeah.
not hard, so they do crash though.
Yeah, they'll crack right whenever you want to watch it, like the main event's coming up, and the link goes down.
You don't hurt us. They hate when you and then once it starts, they start for you.
Yeah. So recently, you're gonna be you're fighting with Fury again. What's that relationship looking like for you? How's it going?
Oh, we're good. I just I was looking to fight. I know I fought XKO. I fought for them my last fight against that Gilberto guy. He's really, really good. Hit me with some hard shit, dropped me. But so I had a hard fight for them, and we were thinking about going back to XKO, but they never got back to us about booking other fights. So then my manager hit up Fury. We worked some stuff out, so I'm on a 4-fight deal with them now. And so I'm excited to fight back for them or fight with them again. Just because, I fought for them as an amateur. I'm used to the cage. I'm used to the escapade. It does have a big fight feel. Every time you fight for Fury, it's like a real big fight feel.
Yeah.
Especially I got recognized at the HEB, and they were asking me about Fury. Everyone knows about Fury, especially in Houston. So real cool.
Yeah. Whenever we can be in another state doing a broadcast or whatever, and we're like, oh yeah, we work with who do y'all work with? We will work with Fury. It's a regional promotion. They're like, oh yeah, we know who Fury is, and that's really, really cool.
Yeah, I remember back on the Garcia promotion. I wasn't even fighting yet, but I remember the old school yellow canvas and that. And now where they are today, it's really cool. Especially the guys they're in touch with. Like Mick Maynard and all that. Like they have all the connections.
Right.
Your job to go put on performances and get there.
Right, and in Louisiana with UFC being the next day, all those guys were in the building, like sitting right there by the cage.
Yeah, I watched. I think one of the, I don't know who it is, one of the UFC guys cage side the co-main and the main just to watch. I'm sure one of those guys had a cool finish. They would have got signed or something.
Right.
But I don't remember how those fights went. But I remember seeing them walk out as soon as those fights happened.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely watching.
I think at that same time there was a Power Slap event because I don't think Dana White was there, but I saw footage later that Dana was at Power Slap.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was there, and then I was at the UFC the next day too. I did not like Louisiana.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I just the city is just kind of gross.
Yeah,
it just wasn't a nice. The venue and all that, and the UFC they were actually Fury and the UFC they were both really good events. But just the city itself, I was like, oh, I'm glad. Finding healthy food never would have been a difficult job.
Mm-hmm. I know the drive out there. It's not that far.
Oh, it took you 6 hours.
It took you 6 hours.
Yeah, it was stopped to 6.5 hours.
But I-10, in some of those places, is super sketch. With no lights, and you're on a bridge, and there's water and stuff.
I was like, man, where are we running gas?
Yeah, you're
the BD there, but it was a pretty far drive. But I didn't have to cut weight and drive far.
Yeah. Okay, so you've done a lot of different things. And you took an amateur Muay Thai for Texas Muay Thai. We were at that, and you had some highlights out of that. I remember years ago. But then you just the other day you took a smoker in boxing.
Yeah,
I think right. Would you ever try Power Slap?
No, I would never do that. I can't fight back. I did the Muay Thai thing. I actually broke that guy's jaw. Yeah, I have a picture of it, or they posted it, but I fractured his jaw. Those padding or the gloves I had no padding. It was literally bare knuckle fighting and wrapped on. Oh my god, there was no padding in his gloves. My knuckle. I was supposed to rematch that Luis Rodriguez kid you're talking about at the amateur, but I couldn't because my knuckle was swollen. I'm hitting up. And then the boxing thing too. That was just like it's literally 5 minutes from my house, and I was like, why not? But I was like, there you point. I've always wanted to do a smoker, and like, yeah, I know you have to be in shape. It's like I forgot how many rounds we did. I think we did like 4 rounds or something like that. But that was just for fun. It's for fun, so you're like in the 4th round, you're tired and go shit.
It's not fun anymore right now. Yeah. Be a cool story.
Okay, I got some good highlight out of that one though. That was cool. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you like to do those kind of things for fun, but I also see you like to do some other things for fun, like even like go shooting hogs.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Are you still able to do some of those things? Because I was talking to Ivan about that, and I was like, bro, I need to hit up Hayden because I've never done that, and I want to go shoot some hogs. He was like, I don't know if they can do it right now or whatever, but
yeah, we got in trouble in Santa Fe because I mean, so we had like a lease up there, and we were good, but then they eventually see if you were trespassing or something. We were trespassing. The dude did be an apple, and whatever happened with that, we don't have a lease there anymore. But we do have a place. It's like close to the border for like 7-8 hours away. I think around November, December, whatever, we'll be going out there. So if you ever want to go out there,
dude, if I can make it happen, or I'll send Chris or somebody else to go get some footage, because I feel that'd be a lot of fun.
yeah, we have a thermal soap.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
it's like a heat thing. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and it was so fun. I literally call Ivan and say, hey, are you free? I want to be in the dark a lot.
So I mean, for hogs, like you can just shoot as many as you want, right? There's no like hunt like tags or anything like that you need.
Yeah, no, there's no. Do you just so what we were doing is like we were just kind of baiting them. You get corn, and then we buy a bunch of like Kool-Aid powder. You dump it in the corn with a little water, so it's just you leave it out there and then drive off. 30 minutes later, you come back to a bunch there. But me and Ivan went out there and snuck up on a couple, and I think we shot like 4 of them. They're humongous too. Like,
yeah,
you'd be amazed how big some of them are. They're like scary.
Do you just leave them there, or what do you do with it?
You can eat them. Like, yeah, I think you want to eat like the smaller one, like the younger one, because the big one's gonna be kind of gross. But yeah, I mean, you're kind of helping out the property. You can see all the damage they get too. Like, they run up everything. So yeah, it's just like murder, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's a population control thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like shooting them and let them squirm. You know, I tried doing all bad, like
yeah,
because you do feel bad, but it was fun.
Where are you training right now?
Right now, so I've like built a team around me where I go. I've been training with Gene at Gator Boxing, Coach Gene. I'm going there like 2-3 days a week, just depending on who I'm fighting and who I get ready for. And then Peak Jiu-Jitsu, the John Sadonga, you go there. That place is king by grappling, man. That place is amazing for jiu-jitsu, and John Sataba understands like the aspect of MMA. Like, you're not gonna hang out on bottom and stuff like that. So he's helped me with like sweeps, stand on top, and then Ivan Chen. He's been a really good training partner. He's like a good size bantamweight. So same with Pedro. He just got his black belt, and he's the size of bantamweight, and he's literally to me, one of the best grapplers in the world, or on his way there.
Yeah.
So like to have those guys, like I don't think this guy is going to be able to grapple with me like they are.
Ivan Chen has probably one of the like a really good motor. Especially for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And I feel like I talked to Ivan. I was like, hey, because we were trying to set up super fights that we were going to be doing here. I was like, you want to grapple Hayden? Ask him. He's like, I don't know if I seriously could, but I was like, dude, that would be fun. That's what he was saying.
Be able to take it serious. I wouldn't eat it like Ivan. He's just making that sourdough eating permanent.
Yeah, I've seen it. I need to get some.
It's like sourdough by
Chen.
Yeah, that's so good, man. I can't eat it this week, but maybe after my cut.
Yeah.
Or I'll get some for after I'm waiting.
Yeah.
But War Training Center with Adam Copley. Adam Copley, like head coach. So yeah, everything I run by him, and I have him, grappling, my Boston coach, and then I'll just prop training here and there, but those are like factory gyms that I build around myself.
Right. Going back to Peak, John, as far as coaching and jiu-jitsu goes, he's probably one of the best at explaining things that I've ever seen. Like, and not even just like on a one-on-one moment, but like in a classroom situation. If there's like a whole group of people sitting there, it's easy to understand, and that's not always the case. What I've seen.
Yeah, he explains like why things hurt.
Yeah.
He makes it very easy to like understand things, and it's just if you need extra help, like I've had times where we talk for like 45 minutes, like after class about something, that I just had a question on. Like he makes sure that you understand. It's like he does care about making sure you like really understand it.
Right. One thing just in conversation, so growing up, he did karate or like taekwondo or something. This is before he started jiu-jitsu, but then he quit when he was like, it's not that cool, or like, in high school or whatever. And so he's like a belt away or something from getting, if you went back, as a kid, like to getting his black belt. So I always was like, dude, you should go back and get your black belt in taekwondo.
On the case the other day with Kike on Warrior. He's flexible. That's fixed. So those kicks are hard, I've like a massage therapist that helps you like open up the week of the fight. But yeah, dude, I wish I was that gifted. I feel like, also being that flexible just helps your grappling in general.
For sure.
Because he would be a monster. He had some like really good boxing.
Yeah.
Kicks and then grappling behind it. When you grapple with them, you just feel helpless. But pretty nice about it.
Yeah. Because I've even seen like Keith Krikorian, PJ Bart, like these guys that come in and are training there, or Carlos and Enrique, the UFC BJJ champ, like these dudes, and it's, I don't know, they're all great, but it's like, dude, to have peak jiu-jitsu there is really a big thing for the community. Like sometimes people don't realize it, like what they have available.
Yeah, I drove by it, but I think they had been there for a year. If he said, I drove by, I saw peak jiu-jitsu. There's no gym down here. Yeah. So I mean, so it's like when I was driving by it, my girlfriend would be like, "Hey, you care?" I'm like, "I'm not checking it out." Dude, I just assumed it was gym, and I looked it up and I saw who he was, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I went and tried it out. It was the best decision I've ever made. Now it's like my grappling has like escalated so much. It's great too because like I'm taking tricks from John, and I'm able to go use it with like my other training partners, because a lot of times with training partners, you probably do this at peak. Y'all learn the same thing, so you can't really lose to them. But yeah, go try to someone who's from another gym and it works like that. It's so much easier. And then, but I've been able to take a lot of those tricks and like, really put them into use with like my other training partners, because they're not getting the same moves. So I just need to verify with myself that they
Yeah. What's it like training at War?
It's good. It's just a grind. I have really good training partners, especially this camp. My main training partners for this camp have been Kyle Todrank, Karan Reed.
Karan's fighting too on this card, right?
Yeah, he is.
And Kyle just fought.
Yeah.
A week ago or so, right?
It's a TKO. I think he dropped him twice, or maybe.
Look, I saw it twice. The dude got back up and then he got dropped again.
I think he dropped him with a hook, and then the last one was an overhand. I think so. But yeah, no, Kyle, especially, we got a lot of cage rounds together at this camp, and he's felt the best he's ever has, from when I've sparred with him. And I knew he was going to do something good, because he looked good out there. And then, I think my other training partners at War. I mean, those have been my main guys. This time I'm fighting a taller guy, you know what I mean? So those have really been the main two that I've ever trained with for this camp at War. But yeah, Adam Poffley, he's always got a good system, good training, make sure like we're working hard. Jeremy, same thing. Yeah, I've hit a couple of Monday mornings up there, and just the conditioning that they do is, I mean, the match. Must say, it's really hard to beat that, especially when you got like good bodies in the room. Oh, John Giannis too. John Giannis has been in the room for a little bit too at War.
Yeah.
And he just got signed to the UFC.
Yeah.
He had to fight up a weight class,
Right.
But I mean, he's in now. His next fight will be at bantamweight, and dude, he's really good.
Yeah, I think he's from West Texas, because I did a podcast with him. And he's like, well, I got some friends out, family out in Tomball. He said, I feel it, because he had on a Texans cap. And I was like, oh, you like Houston? He's like, well, he spent a lot of time over here. And I was like, oh, Tomball, it's War Training Center. He's like, yeah, that's right there for him.
Yeah. He lives like 6 or 8 hours away, he said. but I think he planned on moving here. He kept saying once he's in the UFC he'll move. So I think he's in the UFC. I think maybe now he'll probably move down here and be at war.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's already been such a good addition to the team. You know, like just being able to grapple with them and do rounds with them. It's like
Yeah.
he's really
Yeah, and man, it's awesome to be able to follow these careers, and especially with an organization like Fury, who keeps making these matchups, and these guys are just getting called up, and so it has to feel like you're in a good position.
Yeah, I feel like as of lately, there's been a lot of guys getting called up. Who did? I think Alden Correa did got called up. He's real. I trained with him too, Pat. He's another dude. He's just so good. He's real good. He deserved it. And then I think another dude I called up. I can't think of, but they're different a lot lately, and getting their fall. So it's cool to see. It makes it more attainable or realistic for us who are starting pros, or maybe those who have 6-7 fights who are almost there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool to see.
Yeah. On that card we talked about it, Karan Reed. I actually did an interview with Karan like months ago because he was supposed to fight, and I like following Karan on social media because like in his story, dude, it is so funny. Just like posting text like don't pull out or whatever, like why is this dude in my DMs or whatever. But I actually told him I was going to go back to that interview we did probably like 4 months ago. I said I could probably, if we get some time, probably make a video out of it. Just take the keywords and then cover it up. Like, watch me fight this Sunday or something like that. I don't know.
Karan's real good, man. I always say the reason to pull out is because he scares him. Like, we should switch.
Just switch phones and he starts talking on yours and you do that. Like, that'd be perfect.
Okay, you're bloody.
Yeah. Another fight on that card I'm excited about is Jacob Silva, Paris Moran.
Yeah, that'll be a real good fight. I haven't really seen too many of the other fights that they haven't released the card yet.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I've seen, and I know they're on it. I think it's a good card to watch, like as a fan. If I was a fight, yep, this is an exciting one. Especially, I think the bantamweight belt's exciting too, just because I'm a bantamweight. Just to see like the level that we need to be at in order to fight the belt one day, or fight for the belt one day. And then, Jacob Silva and Paris Moran, that'll be a good fight too. I've got to train with both of them. They're both really good guys.
How you see that one going?
I don't know. They both have that. Me and Ivan have been calling it the clutch factor. Like, what's the percentage? So they both, they're both able to pull off wins, and I don't know. Paris is tall, lengthy. I think he's a big 25er. And then Jacob Silva's just got a motor on him, and he's in dog just stay in there. So, it's just kind of.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight. I think they're going to put on. It has potential for fight of the night. Yeah. And Paris, like he's been at the top of that Fury 125 weight class for a while, but him and Josh Van, he fought Alden. I think that turned into a no contest or something like that. But he's still there. At the top. He just needs like a win probably to get into to get a shot.
Yeah, he's not far off either. I think it comes down to just that consistency and just making sure you're just staying mentally strong, because I feel like I'm not there yet. I don't think 2 fights, but if I'm 6-0, 7-0, hopefully no losses. If I'm not getting the call or a call to like, or you're just that that reassurance that
right,
you're gonna be here like soon, like it's probably tough.
Yeah.
What I mean? But
because he's been one fight, like 2 years. It seems like he just needs that one fight, and it's to still maintain like I gotta keep putting the work in because I'm on the right path. Yeah, to take this next fight as serious, because he's probably been hearing that for a couple years now.
Happens to a lot of guys where they're like, hey, one more. And then you keep getting that one more. Man, it doesn't go your way or something happens. But no, Paris is good. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a short notice call to the UFC. Or I don't even know him like that.
Right.
I did respect the guys.
Sure.
They're all fucking good.
Yeah.
I think all these guys who are pros they can all win against anybody on any night. Just kind of who shows up and maybe who has the better weight cut, who who wasn't injured this camp. You know, a lot of factors go into fighting. You know, you like if the dude I'm fighting, his record's 3-4, but it's like he beat Dimas Chapa. Dimas Chapa is good. You know what I mean? And then is just because I'm better on paper or whatever, that don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
So you gotta take all these guys serious.
For sure. Yeah. And then Jacob Silva, he's a contender series, 2 times. He should be in the UFC,
I really wish. I mean, I don't see why not. I really wish we got to see Jacob Silva in the UFC.
Me too.
He's so fun to watch. I've been watching him since like I had no fights. You know what I mean? That guy's been around for a long time, and he puts on performances, man. You know what I mean? He especially at 25, I feel like you don't see it as much. Guys putting on performances like that, and dude, he's always fun to watch. So hopefully I'm like early in the card so I can like sit around as a band.
That's cool. Yeah, so yeah, definitely rooting for both those guys. You got Karan, Hayden, and then those title fights, and Mana Martinez. He's fighting a guy out of Arizona.
Yeah, he's fighting.
I have his name right here.
He's from MMA Lab, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all those guys at the MMA Lab are pretty good.
Yeah, it's Abdul Kamara out of
I've seen him fight.
Yeah, MMA Lab in Arizona.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I had an MMA Lab guy. I like a good like footwork style, good like good wrestling. I feel like Mana's the same way. He got a lot of footwork, good grappling. So I feel like Mana's got that sleeper power though. Just one shot, just put people out.
Yeah,
kind of cool to see.
It'll be a good matchup. You're fighting at 135. I know when you're amateur, you fought at 125. You had the amateur title. Are you pretty comfortable at 135, or how is that making it for you now?
I would never do 125 in my like again. I will have to be on my deathbed to make 125s. But yeah, right now I'm at 35. I think as of this morning, I just started my cut today. So Monday morning, I think I'm like 16 pounds out today. Get weigh in Saturday. So I got like 5 days. Something like that. So yeah, I'm comfortable at 35. This is the heaviest I've been like starting my cut by like 2-3 pounds. But I mean, I've been doing it a different way for my water load and stuff like that. A lot of guys go down on water, which is, now that I think about it, kind of stupid, because you like flush all your sodium, your electrolytes out, and then you get to basically where you're like thirsty as hell. And then you gotta cut it for 24 hours and then cut 6 pounds or something. Like, dude, you're already dehydrated. So it's like your body that don't want to give up the water, versus I've been going up in water. So that last day before 24 hours hits, I think I'm drinking close to 2 gallons. So when I do cut the water, I cut it as in like I still sip when needed. But when that 24 hours hits, you're still flushing because you had so much water in your system. And I think I cut like my last cut, I cut 5 pounds within an hour. That's a lot for me. I've never cut that much. And then I cut like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
It definitely sucks, but I was making sure the water was hot enough for me to cut, not like dying. So
yeah,
I've been doing my cut a lot differently now.
Where'd you get that from?
Jason House, my manager. He gave me like he kind of gave me like a protocol of what a couple of his guys do, but he gave me this one. The water though specifically was from Diego Lopez. They go up in water. And then my who helps me with my weight cuts is John Kinski. Not like a nutritionist by any means, but he's like mine. So Beatty, like, you want help, ask him, we'll start charging his help. But me and him will talk like every day during the fight week and just kind of see where I'm at. And he just kind of gives me that reassurance, like, hey, like, eat this, don't do this. Your weight's good, or so.
Yeah.
He helps me out a lot with that. But yeah, the weight cuts recently had been a little easier, especially with the food and stuff, because a lot of people cut out sodium, and also Kyle Sudre. He helps me out a lot too.
He's cut a lot from wrestling and obviously MMA, that too.
A lot of things that people do too is they cut out salt. My last cuts, bro, I cut out salt today. Till Friday, like, you'll die. Like, that's stupid. You know what I mean? So it's like, especially while you're water loaded, you're flushing your salts out. You can have a little bit of salt. You know what I mean? A lot of times I hate the weight cut because there's no flavor. So you can have flavor up until like Wednesday or even Thursday. You know what I mean? And I'm not going crazy with the salt, but just enough to where like your part needs sodium or you're gonna die. So I've been doing these a lot smarter. It makes the fight at least more enjoy, which is like feeling like you're gonna die all the time. Yeah, because I've had wake ups where I thought I was gonna die. Like when I made 25 against Michael Bite. I think that was my second amateur fight. I don't know why I was at 25 either. I walk around like 145 underneath, 140. So I was lighter, but dude, just how skinny I was, like I shouldn't have been making that weight, but I did somehow. And then after, I think it's my third or fourth amateur fight, I missed weight, and I was like, I'll never go back. And I just put on some size. And now that I got older, 4 size.
Yeah. I know whenever you took that amateur title fight, I think, were you 1-0? You had that one fight in College Station.
Yeah, I fought for like WFC or something it was. And then
it was at Texas A&M's like campus, or the stadium looked nice. I remember watching.
Yeah, it was real cool. I caught a UFC fighter that night. I was looking in the mirror and like just telling myself about like we cannot lose. But like yeah. And then but yeah, when I fought Michael White, it was like my second amateur fight, and I don't even know how I got offered it or anything. I think that did have a lot to do with like war and everything, and they just reached out trying to find a fight.
Have you ever cross-trained with Micah? Have you had that chance? Yeah.
We, like train a lot now. Like not a lot. We'll do like Monday mornings with Adam Popley, and he'll hit like every other one. I mean, we'll get some live positions together. We're at the point now though, like, he's a 25er and I'm a 35er now. We would never fight again, and man, he's gotten good now too. I don't know what his record right now is as a pro, but I mean,
he just fought on the last.
Got a TKO, right?
Yeah, and he had fought on the last one that Clear Life had broadcasted for Fury 2, and that one he got another finish. I think he's lost one fight, and it was against Chuy Lopez.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, no, he looked good.
But other than that, I mean, like flawless. Yeah.
It's cool to see, like, too, because there's a lot of guys that fought as an amateur that like don't fight anymore, or they like stop. But it's like there's very few they like keep going. You know what I mean? Well, like he's one of those guys that like keeps fighting. Even if I would have lost, I'd probably still keep fighting. You know what I mean? And there's only a few guys that like stick with it. So he's probably one of those guys that will end up making it because they score.
Yeah.
Keep going.
One little story. Micah, because he got the finish and he had the opportunity to talk on the mic. They're like, "Hey, is there anything I say?" He was like, "Man, this is the first fight that my dad, hasn't been with here for me, like first fight in my career." And I was like, "Dang!" I was like, "Oh, that's crazy. That sucks." He's like, "Here on vacation in Florida," and I was like, "Oh man!" I was like, "Oh, thank God." He's like, "I'm ahead." I was like, because that's the first thing that came to mind was like, that's what it was. It wasn't a good situation. And then it wasn't just me. And one of the guys came up to me after and was like, "Bro, when he said that," I was like, "Dude, that's sad. Like, this is emotional." And I was like, but it still is. And that's a big thing because
I think his dad's real
big supporter. Yeah. As a little kid at all the events and meets and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's got to be weird, like having someone you've been with like day one, not day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it a little.
And then I saw like on his story, he was like, "Hey, out in Florida," and he was thanking his sponsors and stuff like that. I was like, "Okay, good, everything's right." He's with his family. His dad's there.
Yeah, he did his social media.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Put it out there, so they got the good for him.
Yeah, if Micah makes a post, you make a post. Yeah. If Karan every other time that Karan talks crap, maybe like then.
But have no one thinks you're secret, like, and white.
No, I got into it with an opponent,
but it was always so they started it. Like that one Cuban guy I fought for Melee.
Yeah. The like Phantom Tapped.
Yeah, he missed weight by like 8 pounds, but then he was telling me that I needed to make weight. And I was like, dude, like what? I literally weighed in like putting like a thing of water and like all my clothes on, just so we could fight at 45. But other than that, I don't think I really got into it. But the Alfrigo guy. But that's just how he fights. He has to be like super intense.
Yeah. Is he a wrestler? No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's a great one. But I mean, he's not bad. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to rematch him as a pro. That's one of my fights, because looking back at that fight, like I'm like, that was such a close fight. I'd like to rematch him as a pro, but he's a 25er. But I bet he come 35. That'd be a cool fight for me.
Yeah, if it's to fight you, maybe he will.
I just feel like history. I like him though. I think he's real good. He trains a good team though. Yeah, I don't really know what his base is though. He has a wrestler tattoo, but I don't know if he even wrestler or not. I mean, I can't find nothing on him about it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, kind of hard enough.
Yeah, we got to get you a wrestling tattoo.
I don't.
Do you have any tattoos?
I don't have money.
You need to get that tattoo sponsorship. I know Kimura Tattoo with Fury will do like a bonus sometimes.
Yeah, I write it that because I'm gonna pull like a name hooker one day. You know.
Oh yeah. Face tat only.
I just if I get tattoos, I want like some good qualities, you know, and I don't get paid enough, so it's like I can't do it. But yeah, maybe one day I'll just pull a Dan hooker to show up when I'm back there.
What would you get? Any ideas or thoughts? Not a wrestling tattoo though.
No. I don't do my wrestling, man.
Yeah.
I do like wrestling. I like wrestling. It depends. If I go with the guy who's good at jits, I like wrestling. If I go with the guy who's good at wrestling, I like jits. So it's like, I don't know. I switch up on it.
Yeah. You should get like a ninja choke tattoo.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that would look like, but
you know what's crazy? Like the ninja choke, I think I've gotten it in like 3 fights. I don't get it in practice no more. Like I don't. Ever since it's been like 5 years. Like I feel like I was thinking about this today actually. Like I don't really get too many subs in practice or anything like that. But I think it's because we're not looking for them. But in my fight, for some reason, I can make stuff happen. I don't know how, but
yeah.
I don't know. I think the fights are different though.
Right. I mean, there's that footage out there. So if somebody, they're going to be looking for the ninja choke, like if I'm going to shoot on this guy, like the tape's out there now. So
yeah,
we need to just get those deleted. Somebody will know.
Dude, hopefully they shoot anyway, then I wrap. I mean, I have guys shoot at me on practice, and it don't work. You know, it's one of them things, but like I said, you train with your training partner that know your style. So
For sure. Yeah.
But you know, Don Kinski, like I think he's better at it than I am. That's his only wrestling defense. I don't care. I've seen guys who were D1 wrestlers shoot on Don. He just goes like this, some of it.
Yeah.
He just does like this, and they stop. And I'm like, yeah, that works.
Yeah. How's he doing? Kurt saw him the other day at the gym, and I saw him earlier this year, but I think he was on crutches. He had something with his knee.
Yeah, I think he got knee surgery done.
Mm-hmm.
So he's all healed up now. He's back to turn normal and stuff like that. But I know he's going to school to be a firefighter still and stuff like that. So he's gonna train for a little bit. I don't know if he's gonna fight before he goes to school for that, but I know he's gonna go do he's gonna go do the school, and then he'll probably fight after he gets out as a firefighter and all that.
Yeah. And what about you? Like even like outside of fight, I know you're training and stuff full time, but I hear a lot like career wise. Is that even on the radar at all, or like everything's 100%?
Now I'm like 100% just say I need to get a job. I was actually like looking for something to do part time, like this spy camp, but then for 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, I'm like yeah, go after
For sure. Yeah.
I mean but yeah, I thought about going to school for the firefighting stuff too. So I'm like kind of looking at that, but I don't know. It's just hard with fighting. You know what I mean? Fighting's a hard thing to like, find like a career that helps you with that career.
Yeah. Yeah. I know Bruce is a firefighter, trains out of war, right? I know Douglas McFarland, he's been cross training over there at war, and he's a firefighter. And actually, one person that I even talked to, who was it? It was someone else was just like, oh yeah, maybe think about doing firefighter school and all this stuff. And I think I even talked to you about it before too. Like it was one thing that came up. So it's a good career. The schedule is nice.
Yeah, and it's just one of the only jobs that I feel like allows you to like, if you work 3 days on, 4 days, 4 days, yeah, get a lot more free time.
It was Jay Aldretti. This was before he graduated, his high school and all that stuff and had intern pro. He was like, yeah, think about doing fire school. I was like, bro, you should. Like, think about it if you can.
Jay is a firefighter. Still the point. Yeah, it'd be funny to see as a fire up. But yeah, I'm like actually looking for something part time. It'd be cool to do something like around MMA. Like there's like a like cutman. I mean, I don't want to be a cutman, I don't think, but it'd just be cool to do something around that. Me and Ivan were talking about buying a cage and doing like old smoker shows. You could pull in an easy 5-10 grand. I feel like if you had like a legit place, and if you treat it like an actual amateur show, I feel like you can make some money off it.
I think so. So whenever you sign up, is there like a fee to sign up, or it's like, hey, the spectators, or
It's a spectator fee.
okay,
Like where we're thinking about doing it, it's like a legit, almost not a venue, but it's kind of like a venue. It's like, dude, like this place is nice. You can do like $20 per spectator and allow them 2 coaches per team or whatever it is. I know how it is in the smokers. People try to sneak people in.
yeah,
I mean, but
you probably snuck in a few smokers in your day, have you? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think you could make money there because people want to have people watch them fight, especially at a smoker level. A lot of those guys don't even plan on fighting.
They may not ever fight for real. Yeah.
And they just want to be cool for their family. So it's like, but for the guys who do want to fight eventually, like I feel like I've been around enough promotions, especially like seeing how Fury does it. We could at least give them like a good amateur like experience, or like what like the closest thing to it. So walk out with the music and stuff like that, without them actually like going in there and fighting, for the sheriffs, and that way, and I feel like they're real respectable at the smokers. Doesn't like a lot of times they're thrown at gyms and they're like, hey, like please don't trash our gym or we won't be able to do this again. So I it's fighting though. People who are on fighting probably not the best crowds and but I feel like it could work out.
Yeah. And one thing for me, I feel like is so important, even in a situation like that, is video. Obviously, coming from the video side, live streaming and highlights and stuff, because some of those people, they may not ever fight again. That's why I like going back and looking at some of the highlights from some of the amateur events that we've done. And I'll go look up these careers on Tapology and be like, man, that was they haven't fought since, but they got a sick highlight. Or even like these kids, like jiu-jitsu tournaments, like if they hit a thing, like I'll post a highlight, that kid that may be the last time they ever train, or they may keep going, but it's so important to have a decent capture of the event, so that way people can go back and watch it, and like Fury has that with your amateur series. You type in Hayden Briers up there, you can see all your ninja chokes. Imagine if this was 2015, before maybe they weren't streaming it back then or whatever.
Hate that you get finally old interviews or like that. Oh man, I don't even know. I don't look back and watch them. Like I don't know what I said. I probably embarrassed myself, or because you get older. You know what I mean? Because when I first started, I was like 18, 19, and like you maybe try to act a certain way, or
figuring yourself out.
Yeah. Maybe portray yourself a certain way because it's what other people do. But like as older I get, I'm like, I've been like trying to work on what's the word? It's called I need to stop drinking. It doesn't make your brain like, is it called compartmentalization?
Okay, yeah, with your brain.
I think that's what it's called. It might be the wrong word, but basically like kind of spreading it's probably a psychopath kind of thing, but like kind of like spreading my identities, like when I go to practice, like I'm a professional for that hour and a half, like everything I'm doing is serious, even if it's a light practice, it's still a serious like mindset towards it. When I'm at home, like I don't gotta be a tough guy at home. There's nothing to prove. If I'm around like my family and my dogs, like I don't have to be a tough guy. When I'm with my girlfriend, like I don't have to be a fighter, like me and my girlfriend had this thing, like once it's past like 7 p.m, like we don't talk about fighting. What's the practice? Like she'll ask me how practice was after peeved or something. I'm like, oh, that was good. I got choked out like 30 times. And it's like, but that's like, you don't talk about it because it causes like unnecessary anxiety. You know what I mean? Especially when you have a fight coming up. It's like, you start thinking about, what if this happens? What if he catches me? What if I end up in a bad position? Will I be ready for this? It's just, separating those personalities and those like parts of your life,
Yeah.
It's like if you come to work and you're
stressful situation and then just like dwell on it all night and talk about it.
Yeah. So just trying to separate those parts of my life. Like, and I feel like it makes it easier to go into the fight, because when I go into the fight Sunday, it's like, hey dude, we're here for 2.5 hours, however long you sit in the back. Hopefully I'm early in the car, but I'm all I gotta do is be a professional for that 2 hours, but not even that, for that 15 minutes of fighting. If 15 minutes, but once I'm done with that, I can do whatever the hell I want after that. You know what I mean? I don't have to be that fighter anymore. It's like it'll put a strain on you, like trying to always be. You know what I mean? It's like trying to go to a practice and win every practice. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't be a winner all the time. You can't be a tough guy all the time. You can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but it's really actually helped me out with how you training and makes training more fun versus like thinking about it all day.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. No, I feel you on that. It's cool. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not that I can think of. Sunday for your.
Yeah, let's say, hey, invite people. What's going on this Sunday, and why should they come watch you?
We got the Fury event going on. There's some good fights in the card. You got Jacob Silva, Paris Baran, the bantamweight belt going on, and then I'll be on there, of course. I think it'll be a good card overall. Not just that I'm on there, for on Reed's on there. But yeah, I'll be fighting Sunday. Hopefully get a cool highlight out of all the guys on the card. You know what I mean? Be up there. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much for hanging out today, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is Gardy with Clear Life Media, Clear Life Combat. Y'all be blessed.